Hello, this is a tutorial on using integration of various Google apps and tools. In this tutorial, we're going to show how Google Drive, Google Docs, and Google Search all work together. The first thing I'm going to do is change our view to the new Google Drive. As of this recording, which is November 3rd, 2014, you have the option of staying with the traditional Google Drive view, or you can take a look at the new Google Drive. Very shortly, I believe by the end of the year, Google is going to eliminate the option and the new Drive is going to be all that you have for a view. So take me to the new Drive. I'm going to click on that. And it's doing its thing. So this is the new view. I already have a tutorial out there on what the new Google Drive looks like, so you can review that if you're unfamiliar. And it's probably a good idea because, as I say, probably by the end of the year this is the only view that you're going to have. Still my Drive. Incoming has taken the place of shared with me. So again, please review that to be more familiar with the new Google Drive. So at this particular point, I'm going to go over here to the New button and click on the New button, and I'm going to go into Google Docs, and I'm going to be working on a document here. So one of the things that you should always do is give it a title and so forth. I'm not going to do that now. Let's assume that I'm working on some type of project, paper, research item, and so I'm writing my paper. I have all kinds of text here and so forth. And then I run across maybe a term that I feel like I want to go do a little research on right now, kind of like right in line, if you will, in my particular document. So let's say I'm working on a finance paper, and time value of money is something that I want to get a little bit more information on and provide some results of some research here. So what I'm going to do is I just type in what the phrase is or the word is that I'm looking for. I'm actually going to highlight this item, and then I'm going to right click on the mouse, and I get this drop down menu. So one of the choices here, this fourth one down, is called Research Time Value of Money, and you can see there will be a shortcut option here of pulling this up rather than the right click. So in case you are on a Mac like I am, or a Windows machine, you do have a shortcut. But right click will give you this drop down menu. You're going to click on Research this particular topic, and that opens up a research pane over here to the side. And what this has done is this has gone from Google Drive to Google Docs. We're now in Google Search, which is what we all know as just Google. When somebody says they want to, why don't you Google that? That's really what you're doing, is you're going to Google Search. So here we have the time value of money in this box. You can adjust this slightly at this time if that's what you wanted to do. Maybe you wanted to add another word or two to narrow down your focus. We have a list of web results here that pull up, and we'll talk about that in a second. I do want to come up here and point out this area. If I hit this little drop down arrow, currently right now this Google or G symbol here, this represents everything that they were able to pull up in this little space here. You also have the ability to pull up an image, so you can search for an image, not just, in this case, everything. You can also search just Google Scholar rather than everything Google. That might be something that you're interested in doing so that you get access to refereed publications. You can search quotes, dictionaries, tables, so forth. Again, I'm just going to click out here. I'm just going to leave it right there the way we have it. Now, one of the things that we're going to do is we're going to be inserting some information about this particular term right into our document, inline into our document. And since we are grabbing this Cite, it's not anything we created. We're grabbing this information from out there, from out in Google. We need to cite our source. So one of the things that's really nice is you have the ability to click on that drop-down arrow. I'll show you that again. There's a little drop-down arrow here right underneath the search box. You click on that, you get a couple of items here that you can make some choices on. Not filtered by license is the default. Free to use, share, or modify even commercially, so that's like Creative Commons things. You might want to change that item there for you and just search that way. And then use the citation format. Again, we're going to have to cite this source. So the default is to MLA, but if you click on that little arrow, you have the ability to choose APA, and that's what we want here at Baker College. So I'm going to scroll down and find something that I want. Let's say it's this time value of money item here from the Khan Academy, and maybe I've used the Khan Academy before and I know it's some good quality stuff, and you know, it's not Wikipedia or whatever, so this happens to be what I want. So a couple of things I can do right now. I can literally preview this item by clicking on the preview button, and we actually see that this looks like this is a YouTube video, and then there's some other items here. There might be comments from other people, there might be links to other things and so forth. So that's something that you can do. Whoops. Get rid of that. I can also, that was the preview button, I can also just click time value of money here, this particular link, and it will open up full screen. So that might be something that I want to do, because maybe I want to watch that video ahead of time. That's probably not a bad idea, just to make sure that it's fulfilling the needs that I have for entering that into this particular research paper. So at this point, I have the time value of money. Notice that it's still highlighted, so everything we have going on over here in the right pane is working based on that item there. So I'm going to, this is the one that I want here, the Khan Academy. I'm going to click Insert Link. And notice that it has taken that phrase and it's now hyperlinked it. So it's in blue and underlined, so that when a person gets to this spot in the document, they're reading along digitally, they get to this spot in the document, they can literally click right on this link and it will take them right to this particular spot. So that's kind of neat. The other thing we need to do here is we need to cite. And so if I click on Cite, notice what happens over there next to my term. Okay, so now it's added a very small, get it so you can see it here, it's added this item here, added a 1, and if I scroll all the way down, let me back it out a little bit here so you can see. If I scroll all the way down to the bottom of the page, we have the link. So it's kind of given the footnote and laid it all out for you here. So as you continue to add more, whether it's on this page or the next page, it's going to do that for you automatically. So again, this is a nice feature. It's a nice time saver. Students and faculty can use it for documents that they're going to create, and I think it's a powerful tool and an example of the way that Google products work really nicely together. They play nice in the sandbox, I like to say. So in this case, what we've done is we've used Google Drive, we've used Google Docs, and we've used Google Search in order to have them all work together to help us do some research. Hope you enjoyed it.